All right, number 234, YouTube Live Yoga Routine. So, before we begin, I want to mention that it's the celebration of Martin Luther King's birthday and everything he did. And quickly, when I think of Martin Luther King, I think of this sermon that he did called But If Not, which is about doing right regardless of whether God delivers you from the consequences of doing right. And there's a depth there that is almost in a sense about yoga, where you are part of something bigger. You are, in a sense, sacrificing, like Christians believe that Jesus did. He sacrificed himself for something bigger than his self, lowercase s, self. So in a roundabout way, I just want to mention that in order to support our Christian family. And what I mean by Christian family is part of the human family, that we're all moving along this thing called life. And now what I want to talk about is focus, staying on the concept focus. And I've been doing this for almost 2 weeks now. And focus is extremely important because it is what allows you to experience the yoga routine as a moving meditation, and it is what allows you to move throughout life in oneness, which is yoga, living your life in the yogic understanding of how to live one's life. You're tapping into this energy or this existence, this space of peace, capital P, peace, which is just another word for yoga. All these are words that mean yoga. Oneness, capital O, oneness is yoga. Peace, capital P, peace is yoga. And it's oneness, not oneness as a blob and, hey, this is one, everything's one. No, oneness in the sense that everything is linked. So we talked about focus, how to help you stay focused. Then we moved into the mind and thoughts and wondering, all in questions and with question form of wondering, does something exist outside the mind and the brain that allows you to focus? So in other words, is there something that focuses? Is there a you, lowercase y, you, that focuses? Can't speak. And or is there a capital Y, O-U, that's watching you focus? And so on and so forth. And then we came to the conclusion that maybe this is all you're thinking. And it's just giving you these illusions that there's a self watching you breathe. There's a capital S self watching the lowercase s self breathe. And does anything exist outside of thoughts and brain or your brain? And then we focused on trying to find the focuser. So that thing or that what or that who is doing the focus. And then we thought, hey, maybe thoughts themselves is what focuses. There's no who, no what, no substance, no one thing that allows it. So today, I want to mention in question form, there's no answer here. The answer is in the experience. And everyone's different. Maybe there is a who. And this person thinks there's not a who that focuses. And maybe science has figured out, hey, there's no who. There's nothing outside the brain, nothing outside the thoughts. But maybe there is. Maybe this person is experiencing it. And then you can say, hey, that person is only within their brain, with only in their thoughts. He or she is not experiencing it. But maybe he or she is. So don't claim truth in that sense, in my opinion. Don't claim truth unless you feel like it's the truth. So, does a thought exist before you think it? So does a thought only exist when you think about it, or does it exist before you think about it? That's a question. That's a question. Maybe it does exist before you think about it. Some people claim that. Or maybe it only exists when you think about it. And this is in regards to focus, because regardless if it exists before you focus on it or think of it, when you're thinking of it, this thought exists. Whether it's an illusion, it's just like smoke, like doesn't really exist, but you feel like that it does. A you, lowercase y, you, feels like it does. But then that lowercase y, you, might just be a notion of yourself that doesn't exist. So these are questions to tap you into this experience, capital E experience. So today, we're going to do a meditation of focusing on one thought at a time. And then you're going to ask yourself in a realization sense, in an experience sense, did that thought exist before I thought of it? Maybe there's no I. Maybe there is. These are all questions. These are all things that people have not figured out. They have claimed it one way or the other, but come on. It is continuing to be questions because does anyone really know? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because that's not what we are focusing on today. We're focusing on one thought at a time. So when you inhale, you think of whatever thought you're thinking of. Don't judge it. Let the mind just think of that one thought. And then when you exhale that thought out, let it vanish and disappear. Naturally, another thought will pop in. Allow yourself to think of that thought, whatever it may be. And then when you exhale that thought out, let it vanish and disappear. And this whole time, you're asking yourself in an experience sense, you're not thinking this, you're feeling this. Did that thought exist before I thought of it? Just sit with that feeling. Don't think it, just sit with that feeling as you do this meditation. And I'll explain the meditation. So we're going to begin in easy pose, which is the modification of the lotus. We're going to do this meditation, and then we're going to stand up, do mountain pose, 2 sun salutations, and end in mountain pose. So let's try to do it. I just thought about this before I did yoga. This stuff is not all planned. I don't have it all planned. It's a whole bunch of stuff in the back of my head that I want to talk about, but it's not organized. Part of doing this is helping me organize it, and then I will put something together. At the end, a separate video of focus. So nothing's planned. So we're going to go to easy pose, which is the modification of the lotus pose. Get my stopwatch. Whoops. This is my old phone. I have a new phone. I don't use it though. Everything's on this phone. So, oh no, not the stopwatch, timer. We'll do 2 minutes. So remember, in the easy pose, you're gonna get the back straight or straight as you can. Palms are to your knees, maybe in your lap, maybe you're leaning against the wall, maybe you're leaning back like this, maybe you're going halfway through like this, and then your back starts to get fatigued. Adjust and just lean back. Don't fight it. That's not yoga. Don't sit there and think, I'm going to stick this through. No, just adjust. And part of that is learning how to adjust, modify, go with the flow. So when you're off the yoga mat and the situation comes up, you're not fighting against it. You're just going with the flow, man. That's how sometimes you got to go or do. Okay, so you're going to inhale. As you inhale, you let yourself think of whatever thought you're thinking of. Don't judge it. Just watch it. Just focus on it. And remember, it's only a thought. And then when you exhale that thought out. You let that thought vanish and disappear. And naturally, another thought will come in. And as you inhale, you think of that thought. Allow yourself to think of that thought. Just watch it. And then when you exhale that thought out. Let it vanish and disappear. And remember, as you're doing this, you're asking yourself in a realization sense, in an experience sense, did that thought exist before I thought it? You're just wondering this. You're not asking with your mind. You're just sitting with this question. So let's go ahead and begin. And remember, watch your thought, allow it to happen. And when you exhale the thought out. 2 minutes. Palms together. Stand up. Put my pillow way over here. Way over there. We're going to go to mountain pose. Remember, mountain pose. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent slightly. Hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed. No tension in the arms or the shoulders. And you're lengthening up. Now, you're going to watch yourself breathe. Just focus 100% on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Now, in the mountain pose, finding that spot where the skeleton just stands as if you were just your skeleton. Bring palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. It's the first stretch. So go nice and easy. Inhale. Then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. You're just going to fall into the ragdoll. The ragdoll, the arms are dangling, head is dangling. No tension anywhere. So if you feel tension in the lower back, for example, just release it and let the body go where the body goes. So let go and just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. The palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, arch the back, raise the head, inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Foreheads go into the knees, get all the air out. And then arch the back, raise the head, inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down. Foreheads go to the knees, get all the air out, push all the air out. And then just one more. Arch the back, raise the head, inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. Then once all the air leaves, release the breathing. And then just breathe and focus 100% on the breathing, letting yourself breathe. So when you inhale, the belly swells with air slightly. It pushes you out of pose. Let yourself be pushed out. Then when you exhale, the belly goes in, and you go back into the pose. The palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge with a low lunge with the back foot, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, back is arching, head is up. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, just lengthen up some and just focus 100% on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Now when you're focused on the breathing, that heightens your awareness. It lets you feel what's happening in the body. But you're not focusing on what's happening in the body. You're focusing only on the breathing. I'll curl the toes under the back. Knee goes up. High lunge just for a second or so. It's a transition pose. And then downward dog. With the downward dog, you are pushing into it. Arms are straight. Legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor. And push into the pose, and you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle, and just focus on the breathing. Now you are pushing into the pose, but once you settle, you're becoming one with the pose. It's almost like you're not pushing. Just focus on the breathing, accept where you are. Don't go beyond or where you think you should go or where the body should go. Acceptance. Wherever you are, push a little bit more. If you feel like you should, if you feel like you shouldn't, then don't. Listen to yourself, listen to your body. Now you slide into the upper dog. Drop down to the knees. In the chest, you slide up, tops of the feet are to the floor, palms are to the floor. And opening up, feeling open. Now to modify this pose, you bring yourself down. Small cobra, chest is off the floor, palms are touching the floor, but you're not using them. You're not pushing up. You're using the back muscles, which are push muscles. And just feel opened. Then back to downward dog, pushing into it. This time really push into it. Get the arms straight. Legs are straight. Think of the tailbone, pushing it to the ceiling. Heels are towards the floor, or they're into the floor. No tension in the neck, so the head dangles. And then just find that spot where you feel like, man, it shouldn't go any further. Settle, accept, and focus on the breathing. And then you're going to bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top the foot to the floor in the back. Knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward, diagonally back is arching. Head is up. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. And feel opened. You're not focused on being open. You're feeling it. You're focusing only on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Again, that heightens your awareness. Lets you know what's happening in the body. Lets you know what's happening around you. Heightens your awareness. And curl the toes under the back. Knee goes up. High lunge just for a second or so. It's a transition pose. And then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Then once all the air leaves, you release the breathing and then just watch yourself breathe. Let yourself breathe. Now palms together, reach out, up and back. Inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Then exhale, hinge forward, reaching out. Palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down. Forehead is going to the knees. Settle. Focus on the breathing. And just accept where you are. Do not judge it. Do not try to be somewhere. Just be in the moment, accepting where you are. And left leg is back into a low lunge, feeling opened. Again, do not judge the pose. Once you're in it, you're in it. You're accepting, capital A, acceptance. Once you accept, boom, you'll tap into yoga. You'll tap into feeling open, capital O, openness, where everything is just open. And high lunge, just for a second or so. Then downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really push into it now. And once you're settled, you accept, and then just focus on the breathing. Then slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees, in the chest, slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor, palms are to the floor. Or just modify the pose how you have to, feeling open and focusing on the breathing. And back to downward dog, pushing into it. It's the last downward dog, so really push into it if you feel like you should. And if you feel like you shouldn't, then don't. It's just a suggestion. You don't follow what I say. You think about it. You're your own guru. You don't listen to me. I'm not your leader. I'm not your guru. I don't want to be your guru or your leader. Left foot is up. Teaching you how to be your own leader. So when you're off the yoga mat, learn to listen to yourself. That's what you're doing on the yoga mat. And feeling open. Focusing on the breathing. It's all about being your own guru. In 2020, in my opinion, you become your own leader, your own guru, your own teacher. You take in what people say, but you don't just listen. Think about it. If you believe in God, then you tap into capital G God and let God lead you. And if you don't, you tap into the capital S self. You don't have to believe in God. Then high lunge. Then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. And settle. Focus on the breathing. And just accept where you are. Your palms together. Reach out. Up and back. Inhale. Turn the palms out. Push the air down and out. Exhale. And then to mountain pose. And remember, with mountain pose, feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Then each toe touches the floor. One at a time. Bend the knees slightly. Hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed. Shoulders relaxed. Then find a spot where the skeleton just stands. So you lengthen up. And then let the bones sit on top of each other. And just focus 100% on the breathing. Watching yourself breathe. You're already breathing automatically. So you're just watching it. And what will happen, you'll start to control it, most likely. And then when you realize, hey, I'm controlling my breathing, just let go and watch it. And then what will happen is many times your mind will wander. You'll start to think about other things. And when you realize you're not focusing on your breathing, just gently bring your focus back to your breathing and watch yourself breathe. So we're just going to stay here a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. And palms together. That's it. That is number 234. I can't see my calendar, but I know it's 234 because I remember writing it and thinking 234. 234. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.